Alright guys, so today I put out on my Instagram to ask me questions for our YouTube channel, and I've asked Shane to join in. So we're just gonna go through a whole heap.
Is my visor here? Is it?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
okay.
So I can push it up.
What do you see as the key to your success? Good question.
This is Lindsay.
I would say Shane is the key to my success. It's sweet, isn't it?
It's very nice. It's very nice of her to admit that. Thanks, Lindsay, for asking that. You just made my day.
Alright, your turn.
Not many of these are about me, but okay. So let me just scroll through these.
Well, here's one. Can we get more of Shane Awesome on the channel? You're welcome.
Your wish has been granted. Thank you for... I got one message related to that. That's amazing. I'll take it. That was my mum.
Okay, come on.
Sorry.
For Shane.
For Shane. Have I been asked to coach other athletes of the games level? The answer to that question is yes. Just to make that answer short, ultimately the reason why I don't take on other athletes is because I want to invest fully into what I have at the moment. So that's certainly with Tia and Matt. So I feel like if I was to add more athletes to that roster, I would not be able to give them 100%. So it wouldn't be fair on them to give me 100 and me for not to give them 100, if that makes sense. So I think it's...
to Shane's credit, there's been a multiple amount of athletes that have actually asked him, which is very humbling. It
is. Like every time we get one, I get a bit giddy or starstruck too sometimes.
Alrighty, there's one here. In what shoes are you training every day, and are they comfortable? So I will train in my Noble shoes. They are very comfortable. I will change between my trainer, my runner, or my lifter, but they are typically the shoes that I wear. If I'm resting and I'm going to the shops, I'll wear Birkenstocks, and that's it, I think. Oh, and thongs, pluggers.
Okay, so Shane, how many protein shakes do you have a day? I'm not sure where you're getting with this, but I'm gonna say I have one protein shake a day, and that would be generally in the morning with the greens.
Well, no, your protein shake would be after your workout, but then you also
that,
have like your reds
shake.
and greens, and then you also have a pre-workout. But
yeah. So
there's a few.
There's a few, I guess. Protein shaker bottle, one. What else we got? Hit me with the rhythm stick.
Sorry.
What about you ask me and then it feels like it's more like
oh, this
Q&A.
is a cool one. How do I choose my sponsors?
Okay, that's not for me, but how we choose, it just makes sure they align up with my values. So
Our values.
Well, I thought it was questions for back to Tia. So it makes sure it aligns.
Do you have a sponsor?
I've got many sponsors. Make sure they line up with our values and that it's something that we can incorporate already in our lifestyle. We find it very hard to promote things that aren't associated in our lifestyle because it feels like we're reaching and it's out of our depth.
And what I've found over the years, especially in at least probably the last 3 years, I've already been doing the so for example, ROMWOD, I've done that for many years leading into an actual relationship that was formed, and then I happened to actually become sponsored. So I actually used to pay for ROMWOD, and then one thing led to another. So I try and align myself with companies that I already used prior to an actual financial relationship with, because I believe in them.
Right. So there's a question from Kelly. Kelly Francis 82, if you're out there. She asked, it's going to go both ways. What is your favorite cheat meal? I'm going to answer for you. Or you answer for me, then I answer for you.
Oh. Favorite cheat meal for Shane is pizza.
I would have said donuts.
Oh, yeah.
So right after this, we're going to get some donuts. So I thought that would have been in mind, but obviously not. Tia's favorite cheat meal, I'm going to go with Tim Tams or M&M's at the moment. Flavor of the month.
Yeah.
let's just say that Shane knows his wife better. Okay, question from Chris Mac Jr. 88. How do you like your coffee? So you go.
Oh, okay. So in Australia, I like cappuccino, and Kin & Co, which is a little cafe in Brisbane from where we're from, they actually will do their cappuccinos and spread chocolate flakes over the top. Number one, hands down, the best coffee on the planet. But then here in America, I'll go with a latte and with whole milk.
Yeah, so mine's pretty easy. I like Americano, or
Do you really like your not nitro and coffee?
yeah. So I was going to mention that. So
Sorry.
don't crucify me, but I like Starbucks nitro cold brew.
Sorry, Josh
coffee.
Bridges.
Yeah, or whoever out there, if you do know a bit of a nitro cold brew, please comment below, because I will certainly take that with two hands. But I just like the Starbucks one. O'Keefe actually showed me this. It's very creamy. So if you haven't tried it, maybe try that. And if you know better, maybe comment down below and I'll try that one.
There's someone here that asked, when I've decided to retire from CrossFit, what do I plan to do next? Well, it really depends on when I decide to retire, but there are definitely a few things that I have on my horizon that I'm looking forward to. I would share with you them, but I don't want to obviously speak too early. And once I've, I guess, ticked all those off my bucket list or off our list, I think start a family.
I'd love a family. I'd love some kids. Can you tell why you take these supplements? Maybe we'll elaborate that on another video. That's probably a bigger question for that. So we'll take your question on board. _Miss Life. We'll do one whole episode on that one for you. Thank you, because I don't know how to answer that right now.
Hang on. How do you control the urge to snack on unhealthy treats like crisps and chocolates and stuff? Good question. So I guess I really have to ask myself, what is my why? So this is like with anything that you are going out to achieve. I think that it's very important that you understand why you want to go out and achieve this. So if it's in relation to your nutrition and you want to start eating healthier, is there a particular goal weight that you're wanting to hit? Or for my situation, it's typically because I want to perform really well, and it's not that when I'm eating rubbish food, my recovery is just poor. It's more of like a mental state. I feel like I'm focused, I feel like I'm determined, and I feel like I'm just very set on trying to perform at my absolute best. So when it comes to wanting to snack on treats and stuff like that, I just don't feel like doing that because I'm so focused on my goal ahead. But when it's the off season, as long as I try and have a really good balance, so you know, maybe I have some treats 3 times a week, and typically I crave sweets just before bed. So if I tell myself, okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Friday, Sunday are the days that I'm going to treat myself, then I'll make sure that I really work hard and try and focus on eating really clean and healthy until those afternoons when I can treat myself. That way I'm not having it every single day, and I'm not overeating, and I'm also not feeling yucky, because if I know how I feel when I just constantly eat absolute rubbish and I have no energy, I'm not recovering very well, and I just don't feel very well.
So there's a lot of questions here. I'm just getting overwhelmed. I feel like I'm gravitating towards the questions with like a one-word answer. I'm trying to get away from that habit.
Favorite motivational
You just pop
quote?
and just pick the top one.
Well, I'll just
Yeah,
pick 'em.
you're reckless.
So there's a lot of quotes that I really, really like. One is, work hard now and live the rest of your life like a king. I think we kind of like grabbed that one and formed it into one of our own kind of ones from Muhammad Ali. There's another one that Shane often says, it's how you do one thing is how you do everything. I think that's a really good one. There's a whole heap of quotes. I write them down. What else? Can you think of any other quotes?
Oh no, I thought you did well. I'm just going to pick one out here, Tia. How to grow the glutes, skincare, do you wear makeup? How to keep us.
Do I wear makeup? Not very often. Like probably like 5% of the time. If I'm going out for a wedding, if I'm getting dressed up and I want to look fresh and vibrant, I guess, you know, I'll put a little bit of mascara on and a bit of blush. But aside from that, no, I don't wear makeup. I really don't like the feeling when I'm working out and I'm sweating through makeup.
Yeah. Okay, so one of these questions here is how many times a day do you train and how many hours? I mean, I'm sure we get that a lot, and that was from multiple people, but this one here is Caden_10. I'll answer this one if you want. Yeah, so it depends on the time of the season. So ultimately we break it up into phases, like pre-season, obviously season and off-season, so to speak. So in that cycle, or depending on that cycle, will determine how many hours we do. But where we are right now, leading to the CrossFit Games, we're ramping up our volume to the maximum that it would be throughout the whole year. So we would look at multiple double days a week. There'll be one triple day a week at the moment, and there'll be an active recovery session throughout that week. Generally speaking, we rest on a Monday, but that will change as we lead into the games. For that, there's other reasons for that, but back to the hours we would train, that would vary depending on the sessions we would have a day. But if I was to how I put it at the end of every week in a spreadsheet, I look at how many hours we spend at the gym, and what I consider working hours is the moment we open that roller door to the moment we close that final roller door, because I consider that work, so to speak. So that at the moment we're looking at anywhere from 7 to 8 hours a week at the moment.
A week?
Oh, sorry, a session a day.
I was gonna say.
and then as the weeks progress, it'll eventuate maybe 8 to 10 hours. So the reason why I say 10 is that if we simulate a triathlon or a very aerobic piece, as you can imagine, that just takes time. So we would knuckle down on a bike for 90 minutes, but we would also rest longer, so to speak, so we can get back in the gym. So that's when we would see those times start creeping up in the 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day, yeah, so 10 hours a day. But in the off season, where we like to spend a lot of the time, honestly guys, we're no different. We probably spend 90 minutes to 3 hours maximum, because where I said, again, where that 3 hours would come from, if we did an aerobic piece, that would take over about 75 minutes to 1 hour, and then that we would do some active like accessories, and we'd do some mobility in there. But guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. I think that we're still getting questions. We're overwhelmed, but we want to thank you guys for putting those questions in. I'm not sure how we're gonna sign out on this bad boy. I'm still waiting for a thumbs up. But again, appreciate your time, appreciate the questions, appreciate that one guy that requested more of me. You are my favorite. Thank you. But again, peace out, Shane's out.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed it, had a bit of a laugh. I know I did. And so, see you in the next video.